Hi guys, it is my first time doing Facebook Live and I decided that I wanted to do it because I'm getting ready for a TV segment today. I'm doing Windy City Live this afternoon and I'm going to start doing my TV makeup because I do my own makeup, and a lot of people actually ask me, what products do you use, or do you do your own makeup for TV? And this is really similar. Oh, hey Matt. This is really similar to anybody that's doing their makeup for a night out, if you have an evening affair, if you have holiday parties coming up. I'm going to share my tips, tricks, and products that I use, and I'll show you how you can apply it to yourself. Okay, so right now I'm totally bare face. What I always like to do is apply moisturizer. That's the only thing I have on my skin. I do that because before putting on foundation, I want my skin to have a bit of radiance, and I don't want it to feel dry under foundation. So you can use any moisturizer you want. If you're getting a lot of photos done that night, or like I am, I'll be on camera, I would recommend not using the SPF because sometimes that can appear chalky on the screen or in photos. So a good example of one that I'm wearing that I use is from Rodan & Fields. This is their nighttime restorative cream. During the day, they have a daytime moisturizer with SPF 30, and that's what I definitely recommend for your everyday life. But in this situation, SPF free. Okay, one other product that I always recommend before doing any of your makeup is to condition your lips. I like to usually wear a bolder lip color, and the last thing I want is for any chapped or dead skin to kind of be stuck. So this is my other favorite product that I always condition my lips with. It's the Lip Renewing Serum. Let's see if you can see it, from Rodan & Fields. It's this tiny little capsule, and I literally just pop it open. I mean, I use it so much, you guys, I barely have any left in the jar. And then I take a little pinch, a little goes a long way, and I just rub it all over my lips. It feels amazing. I actually put this on at night before I go to bed. You can also, if you have fine lines around your mouth, it's also good for putting around those fine lines. It helps with, you know, hopefully to prevent lipstick from bleeding and such. Okay, now my face is prepared. Okay, so I am very untraditional. My tagline is beauty shouldn't be a bitch, and I really try to follow that. I don't necessarily believe you need these crazy foundation brushes to apply all your makeup. So for my foundation for TV, because today we're doing my TV makeup, this is my secret combo. I am always trying new products, but right now this is what I'm loving. This is Becca's Mineral Foundation, and the shade that I have is light. So you'll see this, and I mix it with a highlighter. That's what will give your skin that radiance, and I'll show you how I do it. Two of my favorites are, this one's from Clarins. This is their Instant Light. It's just like a little radiance booster. The one I'm gonna use today, it's awesome. If you guys haven't tried this, from Charlotte Tilbury, it's great. This is her Wonder Glow. I think that a lot of beauty editors are really into this. So all I do, and I'll show you, is I take a tiny bit and I put it on, like, I mean, I do not use a lot at all. I would rather build up than apply a ton and have too much makeup on. Because I'm doing TV, maybe I'll put a little bit more. And then I take a smaller amount, like, and mix it in, so if you can see that. And then I literally apply it all over my skin like moisturizer. I warm it up in my hands because then when you press it in and apply it, it will blend in better. So I literally apply it, nothing fancy. And I do get my eyeshadow, I mean my eyelids, because it actually works as a primer to allow your eyeshadow to adhere better to your lids. So again, I like multiple use products, so a little bit of a trick. Put this a little bit on your lids, and then you don't really necessarily need a primer. Okay, so I think that my skin looks a little bit better. Okay, so that was step one. The next step that I'm going to do, oh, one other thing I want to tell you. If for some reason after you blend it in you feel like you want a little bit of help, and always drag it below your jawline, this is from Real Techniques. This is kind of a copy of the Beauty Blender, but it's less expensive. So I kind of like that, and I think it's great. And you can just kind of pat it in. Okay. So for me and my eyes, my go-to is a golden type of eyeshadow. So after I apply my foundation, my routine is that I always do eyeshadow. So if you guys don't know about this, MAC created these palettes where you can go and create a custom palette. So I did that one day and I picked out all kinds of eyeshadows and fun colors, and I got a cream blush and a powder blush. There's all different combinations that you can use. I'm just looking to see if anyone has a question. Oh, hi Trisha, that's so funny. So anyway, this is what I'm going to use today. I'm going to use this golden shadow, but you know, it's just any type of golden. I wanted to show you another. For example, I'm all about palettes again because I think they're great for multitasking. So this one's from Stila, and this color is called Honey. It's another really beautiful golden tone. So every brand pretty much has a pretty gold. So all I do, again, forget, I'm not using brushes. I'm just using my fingertip. And I literally just dab it, pressing into my eyelid all over. So it's really kind of foolproof. You don't need to be an artist. I like to use, what is this, my index? I like to use this finger because I don't like to pull on the delicate skin on my eyelid, and I feel like this allows you to more safely apply without being too strong. Okay, so that's that. Now, for the crease of my lid, I actually do use a brush. This one's from Allure. Just like a dome brush is a good idea. And a little bit of a tip is that you just want to use a darker shade in your crease. That's what's going to give the contrast and really make your eyes pop. So I am going to use my deeper chocolate shade here in my crease. My eyelid, my eyeshadow color has a shimmery kind of finish. My crease has a matte finish. Another trick for applying eyeshadow in the crease is to anchor the palm of your hand kind of around your jaw, and it's almost like a window wiper motion, just going back and forth like that. You can see. And the one other thing is I like to drag it out on the sides, create like a little bit of a V. This is kind of fun having you join me as I do my makeup for my Windy City Live TV segment this afternoon. If anyone has questions as I'm going along, feel free to ask, or I could always post the products that I'm using and so forth. Okay, so again, I'm going for a little bit more of a dramatic eye because I will be on air, and if you're going for an evening event, agreed, that's something that you would want. Okay, so now that I finished the eyeshadow, the one thing that I like to always do is to then line my eyes. I think this is really, really important, and I forgot to get out my liquid liner, but let's see if I found it. You know what, I forgot to get out my liquid liner. So today we're gonna go with a pencil. So normally when I'm doing TV, I do a liquid liner, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to do a very dark black pencil to line my eyes. So I just gently take the edge and run the black liner along my lash line. The reason why I like a liquid liner for TV and for evening affairs and date nights and so forth is because I do think it's so dramatic. But if you get a nice, this one's from Bobbi Brown. This is a long-wear eye pencil. But if you get a nice kind of creamy, really dark jet black liner that's a pencil, it does the same effect. You just don't want it to be dry in terms of if it feels, you know, you want it to be creamy in the sense that it's easy to drag along your eye. Sorry, as I'm doing this, we'll perfect later. And the idea is that to really make my eyes pop, I like to bring it out with a slight winged cat eye, which I think that, can you see how I kind of did that there? So I see someone joined who I went to high school with, and hi Margot, and we just had our high school reunion, and this is the makeup look I did for our 20th high school reunion. That makes me feel old. Okay, so I line my eyes. It's, again, using your fingers to correct any smudges or mistakes. And even if you like go out of lines or whatever, just take your eyeshadow and you can put it again, just cover it. It's just like, there's really nothing you can do wrong. Okay, so if you can see, that's the top of my eyes. Now I'm going to do my mascara. A trick that I have is that I always curl my lashes first. I take, this is, what is this, makeup brush? Oh, Shuamera, this is a classic. Okay, so I take my wand, the curling wand, and I put it at the root of my lashes and I kind of tip it up a little bit. And ideally you want to hold for about 10 to 20 seconds. Okay, and I'm gonna do the other side too. You know, initially I was thinking, oh, I'll do one half of my face before we do this video and then I'll just show you the second side for the sake of time. But then I figured, why not start from the beginning? Okay, so now that my eyelashes curled, I'm using Dior Show mascara. Honestly, in terms of splurging for products, you can do any mascara. I think drugstore mascaras are great. And because mascaras do dry out quickly. So honestly, you're gonna be replacing it every 3 months. The trick to mascara is really about the application. I take it at the base of my lash and I shimmy up and out. It's really a little bit of patience. You know, when we're all in a rush, we have 2 minutes to do our makeup, believe me, I'm not being as careful to get the best results with my mascara. But again, being that I'm doing my TV makeup right now, I am going to take the time. So I'm shimming it up and out. Okay, so my upper eyes are done. I am going to be coming back to my mascara, well, actually my curling wand, you guys, because at the very end, right now I'm gonna let this top mascara set, and at the very end, I am going to do my wand one more time to really, really set it, and it really gives it that awesome curl. Speaking of curls, so I got my hair blown out today, and I'll fix it later, but I do wanna give you one little tip, because I'm gonna feature this a little bit later as one of the best holiday beauty gifts, but I have it here because I legit really do use it. You guys, I feature things that I actually use. This is from Beach Waver. This is their curling iron. It's a celebrity favorite, and the reason is because you literally don't have to know anything to curl your hair to get really pretty beachy waves or glam waves. You literally just put your hair in this clamp, press the button, oh, it turned off, and the iron rotates and it does it all for you. So you curl it up and then you curl it back and then you release it and voila, your hair is curled. So I just wanted to show you that because it's a cute, a smart, easy way to curl your hair. Okay, now we're gonna talk about brows. I kind of saved my under eye area for last, so we'll get to that next. Everyone has their own process. For brows, I think it's really important to fill them in. So, because brows frame your face, and I do think it really gives you a polished look. So any sort of deep, darker color that's going to enhance your natural color is really important. The other thing is to use a good brow brush. And one of the tricks that I learned from a celebrity makeup artist is the last thing you want is to fill in your brows and it can look mean because it's so dark in the beginning, in the inner corners. So you want to make sure that you do short, feathery strokes, okay? And you want to feather the color out, and you never want it to be too dark in the inner corners, otherwise you will look mean. And I like to go up in the inner corners and then out. Do you see that difference? It's incredible. Okay, so I'm gonna do the other side. I think you can see an immediate difference. I feel like the other thing that you can do actually is tint your brows, which I've done that as well. That's a professional in-salon treatment. It takes a couple of minutes. It's super easy, and it's a tint that makes your brows basically look like this, and they'll stay for a couple of weeks. One other thing is during the daytime, I don't necessarily always fill my brows. Instead, I'll put in this brow gel. This is from Glossier. It's called Boy Brow. It comes in different shades. I have brown, clearly, and I do the same thing with this. I could even do this at the end to set my brows. You know what? I'll do it now. And I love this product. I kind of feel like everyone should have it. Okay. Brows complete. Okay, now let's do the lower eye area to cover up the dark circles, because you guys, I have 2 little kids and they come into my bed and they keep me up. And so I just have to pretend like I'm not tired. I'm gonna show you 2 of my favorite under eye concealers. This is from It Cosmetics, Bye Bye Under Eye. Another one, Lorac. This is really cool. It's called Double Feature, and the reason why I love it is it's a concealer on one end and a highlighter on the other. And again, you guys, I've told you, I really like multitasking products. This is a great one. Since I'm doing TV today, I'm gonna go for the It Bye Bye Under Eyes. This is illumination. It gives you a little illumination underneath. Thanks, Jane, I appreciate it. Okay, so this is a little bit, goes a long way. I'm literally taking, like, there you can see. Like, that's a lot. I'm not gonna need all that. That's more than I need for both eyes. So I'm literally just dabbing it where you get the shadows, okay? Which is in the inner corners, and I'm just gonna kind of blend it. Again, I'm all about starting very conservatively and then building as you go. Again, I'm doing my TV makeup. If you're going for a night out, you might wanna add a little bit more. But the one thing, the last thing you ever wanna do is end up like you have raccoon eyes. So you just wanna be careful that you don't go overboard, even though you might feel like you need to because you're so exhausted. Okay, again, I'm using my fingers. I am all for makeup brushes for certain situations, but I mean, especially if you're traveling or on the go, as long as your hands are clean, your fingers do the best blending ever. Okay, now my dark circles went away. Ah, I feel so much better. Okay, so the next thing is really what makes all the difference is the liner that you put under the eyes. And again, I'm doing TV, so I'm going to go with a black color. During the day, when I'm out and about, if I use a liner, to be honest, this is from Eco Tools. It's like a couple of bucks, you guys. And I will just simply dampen this, dip it into a brown colored eyeshadow, and I will use this to line my upper and lower lash lines. It's a much more natural kind of result. Okay, so now I'm just going to line my eyes. I do not go all the way in. Everyone has a different eye shape. For my eye shape, if I go all the way in and line the entire thing, my eyes look smaller. So I'm just going to line the outer parts. See? Look at that difference. Okay. P.S. Jane, this is definitely not a high-tech setup, so I appreciate your comment. Okay. Okay, so now I have my liner on. The last thing I need to do, again, because it's TV, if this was my everyday daytime, there's a lot of steps I wouldn't be doing. I would have just done my upper lashes, and I would not be lining my eyes, and I would not be doing mascara on my lower lashes. But since this is TV, my call time's at noon. I hope I'm okay with time. I'm doing my lower lashes. Now, one thing that I like to do is, you get a little bit of a fallout, is just to take a little bit of a tissue, or I simply run my fingers to make sure I don't have any chunks. And then sometimes I will, see, look what just came off my hands. So sometimes I'll go back then at the end and I'll put a little bit more under eye concealer just to cover up any of the fallout or anything. Okay, so now we're coming along, but my cheeks look so pale. So now it's time to talk about blush and contouring. I think that, again, contouring for evenings out and so forth is important for every day, not necessary. So I am using Bare Minerals. I've had this forever. This is just like a bronzer, a powdered bronzer. And you only need a little bit. I'm only using what's in my cap here. It's not that much. And I just swirl this around and tap. And the way that I contour is simple. I literally just do it. I make kind of a funny face, but underneath my cheeks, okay? And then I also do it along my temple, and I do it along my cheeks up to my temple. And I think it makes, if you can see with the lighting, a bit of a difference. But what I do think is essential, especially for me because I am so fair, is blush. So I'm going to use my blush brush. There's a million out there. Jenny Patinkin is actually, she is a makeup artist in Chicago, and she has her own line of brushes, which I think are so pretty. This is the travel size, which again is very convenient. So today I'm just gonna use, a lot of people are afraid of bright colored blushes, but they don't look as bright on your skin. So I'm going for this shade. Okay, tap it in. And then I literally start at the apple of my cheeks and I kind of smile a little bit and I blend out. So when I get to Windy City Live, I always bring a few things just to kind of liven up my face right before I go on camera. So I'll probably add a little bit more. A makeup artist once gave me this trick. I should also mention, I'm wearing a zip up because whenever I do my makeup in here, always smart to either wear a robe or something that uses zip. So when I get into my actual outfit for today, I'm not gonna have to mess up my makeup. But going back to blush, always good to, again, put it like a little bit where the sun would hit you. And she even said, like, if you were wearing a strapless dress, to put a little bit on your chest. Okay, so now, what a difference from when we started, right guys? Okay, so now the last thing that I wanna do is go back to highlighter because I think this is really where it helps to make your skin look super radiant. Again, this is Glossier's highlighter. I love Lorax highlighter. So today, for the sake of today, I'll use Lorax because we already used something from the other brand. And I literally smile and put it on the tops of my cheekbones. And I just blend. Thanks for doing my makeup with me, guys. And again, before I go on TV, I might add a little bit to give me a little bit more radiance. But hopefully you can see a little bit. And these are just a few of the finishing touches that I just want to give you my little makeup secrets. So this is from Makeup Forever. This is just a white shimmery kind of shadow. Again, when I'm done, to really help to like make my eyes look lifted, I just put a teeny bit of this shade under my brows. Again, this is like TV makeup, wedding makeup, going out makeup, holiday makeup. And the biggest trick of all is always putting a little bit of a shimmer shadow on the inner corners of your eyes. This is something that I learned this when I was an editor. It's something all the celebrities do. If you look at like any magazine and see the celebrities on the red carpet and actually paid attention to their beauty look, you would see that there is a shimmering color going on in the inner corners of their eyes because it truly does make your eye pop. It's so subtle and it makes such a difference. And ever since I learned that, I always did it. So we're almost done with my TV makeup. The last step is to do your lipstick. I don't really use a lip liner. I just use a lip gloss. And my favorite go-to shade is a berry color. So I will give you a couple of my favorites. Sometimes for every day, Troy Surratt has this amazing matte finish. Let's see if I can show you. I love this. It's so beautiful. It's a really pretty berry. Troy Surratt is a celebrity makeup artist who came out with his own line. This shade is Seductress. It's a beautiful shade if you're into berry. NARS also just came out with these really beautiful velvet lip glosses. This is called Toy. This is a deeper plum. See how, but it's so pigmented and really pretty. But for TV, I'm going to wear my ultimate go-to. This is Burberry. It is so, I love this color. It's been around, I've had this forever. Number 17. This is the shade that I swear by. And I think this lipstick goes on beautifully. I love the color. And it doesn't like bleed. It wears really well. If it does fade, it leaves you with a beautiful stain. So guys, I think that I am, hi Andrea, I'm doing my makeup to see you soon for Windy City Live. So I think I'm done with my makeup for TV. I hope you like it. Please, if anybody wants to know what products or any tips or tricks, happy to share them. Hope you tune in to Windy City Live today for my favorite holiday beauty gifts. And thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something. Talk to you on Facebook.